Good morning, YouTube. Today we're going to do some modifications to my Ram 2500.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan, this is my garage, and this channel is all about the supercar ownership experience. Obviously today we're not working on the Ferrari, we're going to be working on my truck. So I just got my new Holland rig, my Ram 2500 diesel. Yeah, it's diesel.
Detroit Cummins, Power Stroke, and Duramax.
And unfortunately there's a few things that it didn't have that I would like for, well, just practicality reasons and for functionality reasons. The first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna install some running boards because it's a really tall truck. I'm not that tall. I'm only 5'9". My wife is only 5'2". Getting up and down in that thing is like parachuting out and almost like crawling up into it. So I bought these Amp Research Power Step side running board thing. Yeah, that's a big box. I have no idea how much it's going to take to install this thing. I suspect it's going to be rather difficult. So that's my concern. I think it's going to take me all day. So let's get started, and hopefully I'll have some working running boards by the end of the day. So here's everything that comes in the kit. We've got the actual step boards, we've got the step board motors, a wiring harness, instructions, and that's kind of about it. Yeah, the part that scares me a bit is the wiring harness. We'll have to see. I'm not sure exactly how to rig all that up, but we'll figure it out. All right, so I'm trying to follow the instructions, and you have these weird like rivet bolt things, and it was all like, you know, don't over tighten them and blah blah blah. And so it's like right here, it's like do 25 Newton meters of force, and so I set my torque wrench at 25 Newton meters, and it snapped the bolt on the second one. And it was all like lubricated, so I did, and it still snapped. So now I gotta do some reverse out stuff to try and get that bit of chunked metal still out, you know, get it out of there. Off to a good start.
Eventually.
I had to end up like doing a bunch of wonky stuff to get that one bolt that ripped in half out of there, but I finally got it done. So now we have the driver's side done. Now we gotta move on to the passenger side. So now that I know what I'm doing, I can actually explain it. Basically we have these little reinforcement plates, and there's actually a hole already in the frame, and this kind of goes in there, and this hooks onto the like little tab to hold it in place. Then you put these guys in there and you torque them down to 25 Newton meters, and then it squishes it. And once it squishes it, it basically acts like a rivet. Then we can screw in our actual bolts and then hang up our hangers and then attach the running board. Okay, so there's what you can see is the bracket is on the inside of this hole, and then we screwed in these rivet things and crushed them to 25 Newton meters. Now we put in the bolts a little bit, and then we'll put on those big hangers, then tighten these down and get these screwed in right here. And it's kind of hard to see, but this is what it looks like once it's installed. All right, we got the passenger side on. Now it's time to do the wiring. Well, as you can see, it's taking way longer than expected. Well, I got it to retract, but it won't open, and I haven't done up the lights yet, so I'm gonna do that tomorrow because it's cold and, well, it's dark now. It's not opening with the doors when they open, but it retracted. I don't know what's up. Hooray. Well, we'll continue this tomorrow. I'm sure we got more stuff to mess up.
Tomorrow.
Good morning, YouTube. It's the next day. We're gonna try and get those running boards finished today. So the problem I'm running into is I got them to retract and they won't extend. So I don't know if it's what I did or if, I don't know, maybe it's broken, but we'll figure it out. Also, I need to finish wiring up the lights, so there's little lights that light up the running boards, I guess. It's kind of actually nice. So we'll get that set up. Let me show you where we got yesterday. All right, so there's a little OBD module, and that I have wired up, and then it also has some wires that go up into like a little port up here. And then of course we have the actual running board. I got one of the lights kind of mounted, but the running board's here retracted, but not working. And then I still need to actually wire the lights. There's wires that run up into the hood. See, right there's the control module next to the brake cylinder, and then the wires just kind of go down from there, and then it's connected up into the battery and some other stuff. The module said it works for any 2018 to 2020, but not a 2021. I mean, it just didn't specify it. They didn't even have 2021 as a thing that you could buy yet. And I figured, yeah, there's probably a low possibility that's actually different, and I think I may have been wrong. There's two trigger wires that go off the OBD port, and basically when those get grounded, it triggers the step. So what I did is I disconnected the wire, touched it to the ground, and the step comes out. So check this out. All right, I got the wire. It's ready. See? And it's got 2-second delay. Son of a bitch. so I don't think this OBD port works on my truck.
2 hours later.
Okay, it's working. It turns out, so there's a little connector you have to put in the dash. It goes way up under here, and the instructions weren't very clear, but you have to put it on the left side lowest pin. So it's on the side closer to the driver's seat, not the firewall. And, well, check this out. Shut the door. 2-second delay. Yes. And look, it doesn't matter if it's a front door or rear door. That is so pimp. Well, that was pretty sweet. I have a few more things to do in the truck, so let's move on to the next item. So the next thing I want to do is I actually want to put on a screen protector because, well, not that I think people are really going to crack it or anything, but I think it's going to help reduce glare and make it so that fingerprints will be easier to clean up. So I bought this giant ass screen protector thing and we're going to throw it on there. First thing we do is clean it with a microfiber cloth, which I already did. Then we use these stickers to pick up all the dust, and then we apply the screen, and that's it. I'm used to doing this on cell phones, not on something so large. There we go. I think it's ready to rock and roll. There. Alrighty. That's easy. Alright, so I got actually a few more things to do. Well, at least one more thing for sure, but it's not here yet, so we'll have to wait for that. It might be today, it might be tomorrow, but you'll see. Just hang tight. By the way, I had to run a quick errand, and so my buddy owns Detail Garage in Round Rock, and he hooked me up with the most incredible kits. He was just doing this because, I guess, I don't know, he's super nice. Anyway, Seth, thank you so much. You guys gotta go check out Detail Garage. Their website is right here. They're in the Austin area, and they have everything you could possibly imagine that you need for detailing your car. Yeah, they hooked me up with this badass bag full of all these chemicals, a bucket, the pressure washer, and actually they gave me a bunch of towels, which I already kind of put away. So I already got, like, you know, a new wash mitt, new towels, some more towels up there. So holy crap, that was beyond generous of you, Seth. Thank you. So now I can't wait to actually detail my car. All I need now is for them to stop working on my house so I can regain my driveway. And actually, maybe we'll test it out on the Dodge. It's already got a layer of pollen on it because it's that time of year. Yeah, I think maybe it needs to get washed. So maybe we'll do that later.
2,000 years later.
Well, good morning, YouTube. It's actually been quite a while since the last time I filmed for this video. So we're going to keep working on the truck. I have the last two things. Unfortunately, Winter Storm Uri, I guess they actually named it, so that blew through Austin and created havoc, and so I couldn't work on the truck because we were doing lots of other stuff. So go watch those videos if you haven't seen it. Pretty fascinating disaster. But today we've got two more things to do. We have a step for the bed, so it goes on the back of the bumper, and then I have a roll-up tonneau cover. So we're going to try and get those installed on the truck, and then I think that's probably about it for modifications for now. Obviously, we'll do more stuff later. So let's try and get those in there and call this thing done. So I bought an Amp Research bed step. Here's all the parts for it, and there's the actual step, and it goes onto the back of the truck in the rear quarter, right under the bumper, right by the tailgate. So that will make it easier to get in and out of that thing because, well, I'm not that tall, and that truck is very tall. All right, check it out. To get it down, you just kind of step on it and it's down. To get it up, you just kind of lift on it. That's it. That is cool. And yeah, it definitely works. Nice. Very, very, very cool. And it's actually bolted to the frame, so that thing ain't moving anywhere. All right, step is installed. So last thing, well, I might have one more thing after this, but we're gonna try and get this roll-up tonneau cover installed. I think it might be more of a pain in the butt, so we'll see what the instructions say. Hopefully this is not something that's gonna take me all day. Well, I've been f***ing around with this thing for a couple hours and they sent the wrong one. It won't fit. So yeah, I guess we won't be installing that today. I have some lights I'm gonna install, but I'm not gonna do them today. I'm just exhausted and tired of this, and this is really frustrating that I spent all this time on it and then it's the wrong damn part. Plus it actually arrived damaged, so it's probably a good thing because yeah, I didn't want to have it installed and be damaged immediately, so whatever.
Tomorrow for sure.
Alright, I couldn't leave it alone. There's one more thing I'm going to do. Well, actually, The reason I'm doing it now is it arrived before I finished editing this video, and so I was like, well, screw it. I'm gonna install some lights underneath the rear bumper that face backwards, so when I'm trying to hook up the trailer, I can see at night. So that's been a problem already for me, is when I'm trying to get the trailer hooked up or whatever, you can't see behind, and so like the reverse lights aren't very good, and the reverse lights are only on when it's in reverse, and then as soon as you park, you still have no light. So I'm sitting there with like a little flashlight, like trying to hook up the trailer hitch. This should solve that problem. I bought a kit that will mount to the actual trailer hitch, but it won't fit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna drill 2 holes into the, there's some metal down there that I'm gonna drill some holes in and just screw these right up in there, and then run some wires and actually connect it to one of my aux switches. So, you know, I've got 6 aux switches. I've already used 2, so we'll use a 3rd one, and that should be pretty good. So we'll have lights when we're connecting up the trailer. Plus then we can blind people that are pissing us off. So wiring it up is actually really, really easy. We've got these little pigtails that actually came with the truck, and there are some connectors that we're gonna pop out this little rubber plug, shove this in there, and then connect this wire to the wiring that I'm gonna run for these lights, run the wires back to the lights, and that's it. So this should be about as easy as it gets. All right, check it out. We got the lights mounted up to the bottom of the hitch receiver, where it's just flat metal, just drilled 2 5/16" holes. Got them mounted super nice and tight. Now I just need to run the wiring. So Dodge is really nice and gives you this little adapter right here. We're gonna pull off one of those green plugs with needle nose pliers, shove that wire into where the plug was, connect our ground, run the wire back to the back of the truck, connect it to the lights, and we're done. All right, they're all wired up. Let's give it a test. All right, there's the wiring attached at the little thing. So now we're gonna turn the car on and push the aux button, and hopefully it'll turn on. So it's attached to aux 3, hit aux 3. Yes, check it out, we have light. Oh yes, so cool. All right, well, I think the truck is all set. I'm gonna actually be driving to Florida, doing some car stuff, delivering some cars, picking up some cars, that sort of thing. So if you guys need any of my help buying or selling a Ferrari, go check out my website, normalguysupercar.com. Check out my consultation services. Also, don't forget, I sell lots of parts for supercars, so use the code NGS10. It hooks you up with 10% off anything I sell in my store. Mo is clearly upset that I am not paying attention to him. We're gonna have to go play with Mo. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. We've got lots more car stuff coming your way. You're gonna wanna stay tuned. It's gonna be sweet.